This is One on One. Steve Adubato, we are proud to be at the 2016 PGA Championship at beautiful Baltusrol Golf Club in Springfield, New Jersey, and our honor to be talking to Chris Hunt, Executive Director, New Jersey Golf Foundation. By the way, what is the foundation?
The New Jersey Golf Foundation is a 501c3 started by the New Jersey PGA section in 2004. It has 3 pillars, a youth pillar, a military pillar, and a special needs pillar, and the mission is to positively impact lives and communities through the game of golf.
Let's talk a little bit about this. The PGA Junior League is?
PGA Junior League is a relaxed way to get beginner golfers out playing golf in a relaxed atmosphere. Most golf is stressful. A lot of the junior tours are competitive, but PGA Junior Leagues, they have numbers on the back of their jerseys. They come out as a team. They play a relaxed rules of golf, and it's just a way to introduce and get kids on the golf course that otherwise probably would go to another sport.
For folks who don't appreciate this or understand it, our boys are 12 and 13 as we do this program, and I've tried to get them out there with me, and it's tough to keep them out there for all 18, and so you play a few holes. Are there any keys for parents who would want to get their kids into the game, no matter where they live, inner city, urban, suburban, rural environment?
I would say you should really look out for your local PGA professional, whether that be at a local private club or a local public golf course. A lot of people don't realize that you can go to a private club and get instruction from a PGA member, even if you are not a member of that club. And I think if you reach out through PGA Junior League Golf and their website, find a local team in your area. A lot of them have open tryouts, and a lot of them don't even often have a tryout. They'll accept anybody on their team that's interested in the game.
The other area you talked about is veterans. It's a particular program. Is it called PGA Hope?
Yes.
What is that program?
HOPE is an acronym for Helping Our Patriots Everywhere. It's run through the VA. There's a partnership between the PGA of America and the VA. And what we do is we use golf as an additional rehabilitation widget, if you will, to when the veterans are up in the hospital and they go through their treatment, we get them out on the golf course, get them in a relaxed atmosphere, bring PGA professionals in, teach them the game of golf, and nothing more than just camaraderie. They put their everyday thoughts aside and they're able to come out there as a unit and enjoy the game of golf. And we've had a program here in New Jersey out of the VA and Lions since 2014, which this year we now run 52 weeks a year. So we have a program at 90 minutes once a week all year long for our veterans.
How do you identify those vets?
The VA.
Veterans Administration.
Yes, the Veterans Administration vets them out. Right now we are dealing 100% with veterans that have either traumatic brain injury or are suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder.
What does it do for them?
What I've found in the last 2 years is just when they're out on the golf course, they're hitting range balls, they're smiling, they're talking, they're having fun, they're joking, they're not worrying about all of the everyday things that are really, really tough to deal with.
Where did this idea come from?
Came from the PGA of America and their charitable arm, PGA Reach. At the end of 2013, started to roll out in 14. We were a pilot program, and now we've jumped full on board to do it all year round.
And the other program that I want to talk about is Golf in Schools. What is that?
Golf in Schools is a program that we started in 2008 here in New Jersey, and what we do is we bring PGA professionals into the schools, teach the teachers how to teach golf, and get elementary and middle schools to incorporate golf into their physical education curriculum. We're in over 200 middle schools and have about 100,000 students a year learning golf and physical education classes around the state.
Chris, is it more challenging being born and raised in Newark, where I was, and there were not a lot of golf courses. And I realized that I picked up the game in my early 20s. How challenging is it to get kids in urban areas into golf and what's being done there?
It's extremely challenging, and what you have to do is you have to bring the game to them. So that's why we do the Golf in Schools program. We know they have proper supervision, they're there with their teachers, they're there with their students. We also have a program that runs in conjunction with the Boys and Girls Clubs in the state, as well as Big Brothers, Big Sisters. So there's a way through community relations to actually start to introduce the game of golf. If it gets to the point where we identify enough junior players that want to then take it to the next level, we'll then bring them out to a golf course. But right now, if you don't go into Newark or Patterson or Elizabeth, where we have great inner city programming, it's tough to get them out to a golf.
You got to go to them.
Got to go to them.
And the other program that we talked about here, we're actually, if you're just joining us right now, We're at the PGA Championship, which is always fun to say, and we're at the first of 4 days of a great championship. The PGA Championship at Baltusrol Golf Club in Springfield, New Jersey. There's a program called Healthy Steps. What is that program and how are you guys connected to it?
The New Jersey Golf Foundation, in conjunction with RWJ Barnabas Health Systems and Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield New Jersey, through New Jersey native and PGA Tour player Morgan Hoffman, were able to come up with the Healthy Step Challenge, where Morgan takes the lead and our PGA Junior Tour members follow, and they have pedometers. They are walking in all of our events, and we actually had a challenge to where we identified 4 PGA Junior Tour players that walk the most during the month of July. They're going to have a chance to meet Morgan in 2 weeks here at Baltusrol at a function that we're having. And it's just a way to use Morgan, who's such a proponent of healthy living and healthy eating. Our Junior Tour players look up to Morgan. Morgan's a local, even though he's only 25 to 30 years old, is a local legend in New Jersey, and it allows our Junior Tour members to identify with somebody who was playing in the same Junior Tours events as they were 10 years ago.
Yeah, as you're listening to Chris, this guy Morgan Hoffman that's being talked about, we did an interview with him. He's an ambassador for Horizon Blue Cross and Blue Shield New Jersey and RWJ Barnabas Health. He is one of the hottest golfers on the PGA Tour. I implore you to go on our website, steveadubato.org, put in Morgan Hoffman's name. You'll see that website on the screen as I'm talking to you right now. Check out a great interview we did with this guy talking about his connection to golf, why he cares about fitness and wellness so much, and also this Healthy Steps program. So I want to make that connection for you. Final question for you. When did you fall in love with golf?
I fell in love with golf as a young teenager when I threw my arm out in baseball. And
that'll do it.
I looked to my father and I said, I'm high school's coming up. I could try to play first base, or I can do track or golf. And if you look at me, you're like, all right, track's out of the question. So we went with golf, and I fell in love with it. My father played it casually, and ended up having a career in the golf industry. So there aren't many ways to look on a positive of throwing your arm out at 13 years old, but I have to look back on it and say it was a blessing in disguise.
Chris Hunt is Executive Director of the New Jersey Golf Foundation and involved in a lot of great causes, and I want to thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Steve. Always a pleasure.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this special edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato at NJIT has been provided by NJIT, RWJ Barnabas Health, TD Bank, Prudential Financial's Global Communications Department, PSC&G, the Fidelco Group, and by Verizon. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area. One-on-One with Steve Adubato at NJIT has been produced in cooperation with FiOS One News.